What is happening, sports fans? It's your main man, Matt, from the DFS 5-pack. Unfortunately, I'm rocking it solo. It is Thursday, March 30th. We got 11 NBA games to talk over. I just dropped the members-only video. If you want access to that, go check out the DFS 5-pack. We'd love to have you. DFS Patriot will be back on with me. Hopefully tomorrow. I know he's really, really busy with the new baby, going back to work, et cetera, et cetera. So still cutting him some slack. When he gets back on with me, we are excited to talk about some new things we're working on, some more content we're going to be doing, more betting exclusive. So stay tuned for that. We're promoting a new site called ABC Islands. The link and the promo code will be in the description section of the video. Excited about a bunch of things we got going on, not the least of which being MLB right around the corner. So again, really excited about that. With all that being said, let's dive into this slate. 5 guys I feel like are worth talking over tonight. So as I mentioned on the members only video, a ton of good plays tonight. You're not going to be able to play everyone you want if you're making 1 or 3 or 5 lineups. So just know that going in. The great thing about slates like this is you can really play whoever you want. Ownership is not going to be an issue. Guys just aren't going to get too much love because there's so many good plays. So with that being said, like with anything in life, there is pluses and minuses. The slate's this size. It depends on how you want to look at it. Glass half full or glass half empty. As far as the plays tonight go, first off is Tyus Jones. This is going to be your prototypical cog in the machine. So Memphis has been involved in a bunch of blowouts recently. We've seen them, win 4 or 5 straight games by 20 plus or by double digits, excuse me. The Brooklyn game ended up being pretty close. We saw him play 35 minutes. Taking over the starting point guard role from John Morant while he's hurt. Tyus Jones, just like I mentioned, is that cog in the machine type. I expect this game to be close in San Antonio. Again, Memphis should win, but San Antonio's playing for their playoff lives. I expect them to give it their all here. I presume this game is competitive, pretty high scoring. And in games like that, I think we're going to see 30-plus minutes out of Tyus Jones. He's not priced for that because Memphis hasn't been in those games recently. But again, in a close game, I think you see 30-plus minutes from Tyus here. He's got big upside as evidenced by the 38 he just dropped against Milwaukee in a blowout win. I like him a lot here. They're going on the road, so a little bit of a different situation for Memphis and for him here. Give me Tyus Jones at 5,700 as just a really nice filler piece in all formats. All right, moving on down, same price point. OG Anunoby came back and has played 26, 28, and 40 minutes in his first 3 games back. That 40 minutes, while it was in OT, just as big buying signs for OG. We know that Nick Nurse, the Toronto coach, likes to play their starters huge minutes. With OG back in the mix, they're playing for their playoff seeding lives. I expect OG to play 35-ish minutes here. And at 5,700, he's just too cheap. Again, you could look at the game log and pick out reasons why not to play him. You could also see games where he has monster upside. I think this game, again, is another one that should be really close, high scoring. One of my favorite plays on the slate is from the other side of this game, who I'm about to get into. So give me Anunoby at 5,700 as another nice filler piece in all formats. All right, now a guy who I like for his upside, and that's going to be Anthony Edwards. The T-Wolves have been off since the 27th. In that game on the 27th, they got rolled by Boston. Edwards was the only bright spot for Minnesota. He actually got going in the second half, put up 40 DK points, made 5 threes, 4 of which came in the second half. He's just too cheap at 7,300. Little bit of a price increase from 69 to 73. I'll go right back here. He's a guy you guys know I love. I'll play him a lot. He's too cheap for his upside here. This part goes into what I was saying at the beginning. I love Edwards here. He looks like a great play, but I don't think he gets a ton of love because there's so many good plays on the slate. I don't care what his ownership is. I'm playing Anthony Edwards, at least if the slate started right now. We know how things can change in the NBA, so don't want to lock that in at 1250. But again, if the slate started right now, he'd certainly be a guy I'd be playing. All right, next up, KJ Martin. So talked about filler pieces. There probably are no better filler pieces on this slate than KJ Martin. Christian Wood's already been ruled out. I expect Sengun to be out as well. Even if Sengun plays, I expect Martin to play good minutes here. With Sengun out, he looks like maybe the best value play on the slate. More solid than spectacular, but in a great spot against the Kings, under 4K. Just a lot to like here as, again, another filler piece, another guy I think that you can just build around in all formats. Like him more if Sengun is out, but in play either way. Last but not least, this is going to be a tournament guy that I like in GPPs. So Mitchell Robinson, a bunch of good centers on the slate tonight. So that's a position you're really going to have to be picky and choosy, and you're not going to be able to play more than two guys that you like. That's just the nature of the beast. Mitchell Robinson is one of those guys that I'll probably play here. I love playing big men against Charlotte. At 5,800, I don't expect him to get much love. Coming off a game where he played 35 minutes, I think it's reasonable to expect a similar workload here, assuming he can stay out of foul trouble. This is just a game that oozes upside for a guy like Robinson. I think he's got 50 plus here if he can stay out of foul trouble. And I want that on my side. Again, if he gets into foul trouble, there are ways where he doesn't play big minutes, but assuming he plays big minutes here and he's playing well, I think he's got massive upside at very low ownership. So that's what I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you want the members only video, more content, more any of that stuff, go check out the DFS 5-pack, and I will catch y'all on the flip side tomorrow.